Matt Walsh reacted to a Google employee getting laid off.
A former partner services program manager at Google enjoyed posting these insufferable day in the life videos.
Clearly, my man is not a fan of big tech. Damn, you just went all in.
I always grab some candy from the reception. Next, I'm gonna pass by these art installations. I'm gonna head to the coffee shop to grab some coffee, grab some lunch, headed over to the massage chairs.
All right, so far it doesn't look good for us.
Honestly, I spent so much of the day crying that I just felt so tired from being sad. So I headed over to Disneyland because I wanted to go eat my feelings.
Is it career suicide to post day in the life videos? The tech industry is currently decimating jobs. Ton of tech layoffs, 18,000 at Amazon, 12,000 at Google. Facebook recently did 11,000. With that said, I was just scrolling through the internet and came across a couple of videos. It was about like these day in the life videos of people that gotten laid off. Matt Walsh reacted to a Google employee getting laid off. And you know what? I think it'd be good for us to react to because I think it's very instructive on how much stuff you want to put on the internet, especially when you have some of these high profile jobs where you're getting paid a lot of money. Let's dive in and look at the video and would love to get your comments after you watch the video.
A little while ago, when Elon Musk took over Twitter and began making sweeping layoffs, he was condemned as a heartless profiteer, a man who took over a company and gutted it out of spite or just for fun. So perhaps, as it turns out, the most successful businessman in the world made those layoffs because it was the right business decision. Big tech employees themselves, while still complaining about layoffs, have in the past inadvertently revealed why the layoffs were necessary. Case in point, Nicole Tsai, a former partner services program manager at Google, enjoyed posting these insufferable day in the life videos to TikTok where she documented her exploits throughout the day. I can understand watching such a video about somebody who lives an interesting life, a day in the life of a scuba diver who explores shipwrecks, or of a scientist on a remote research station in Antarctica, or even one of those guys who repairs power lines 150 feet up. Like, I'd watch that. A day in the life of a Silicon Valley pencil pusher doesn't exactly measure up.
Clearly, my man is not a fan of big tech. Damn, you just went all in. I'd watch an electric worker. Like, would you though? Would you, Matt Walsh? I just want you to notice like the vitriol and some of the hate just spewing out of him as he even talks about like, like what the hell these tech workers do? Like, it's insufferable. Interesting take for those of you that make day in the life videos.
A day in my life working from the Google LA office. I always grab some candy from the reception before heading in. This used to be an old aircraft hangar, so the decorations hanging from the ceiling kind of looks like an aircraft flying in. Next, I'm gonna pass by these art installations. They're a really good photo op, or you can sit in there and get some work done. I'm gonna head to the coffee shop to grab some coffee and a fruit cup since I missed breakfast, and then I'm heading over to this butterfly themed room to take my first meeting. Then I'm gonna head over to the confetti room to take my next meeting. It's so sparkly and beautiful in here. I love that a lot of our rooms are themed. Next, I'm gonna go upstairs and grab some lunch. The food is always really good, and of course, everything you see in the office is free.
All right, so far it doesn't look good for us. Spoiler alert, probably shouldn't make these videos, especially when looking for a new job. And if I was in her case, like I'll probably just take them down just from the aspect of the perception. Like, you know how they say like perception is reality? Typically when you're hired by these large companies and they give you this big salary plus equity, they're expecting you to like bust your ass and work like 80 hours. The perks are there, but they're not really for you to use. And if you use them, you shouldn't post about it. Yeah, like I don't think it's gonna be a good look for anyone's career to do day in the life videos if you continue to work at a corporate job such as a Google, Cisco, or other big tech firm.
Then I got more work done and headed over to the massage chairs to wrap up my day.
I mean, I got some comments on it. What do you think, Olivia?
I'm very jealous. I wish my workplace was like that. Like, I'm sure she's working and all of that, but it just seems like she's spending a lot of time eating and relaxing. But there is one thing to say though, if your employees are happy, they should hopefully do their jobs well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is indicative of performance for the most part. The lessons that I've learned working in corporate is like out of sight, out of mind. Do your job, get good results. Who doesn't want to show their wonderful life and show that, they're successful? Like my family immigrated here. We started with nothing. And then, of course, you want to be like, hey, look, like I've made it. I think that has to just be more implicit and people just have to just see the success from your work per se.
Well, it's important to get that massage in after a grueling day of eating candy, drinking coconut water, taking selfies. Now, in fairness, she did take 2 meetings, okay? So there were 2 meetings, and that was her entire day. She had the 2 meetings, and the rest of that, mostly just hobnobbing around. The one thing missing from her day is work.
I mean, yeah, he's being a dick with his comments, but you really can't post like your accomplishments because that's private company property. So it's like a lose-lose scenario.
When it comes to social media, people only want to post the fun, exciting things, you know, the behind the scenes of what it's like at Google. She's not gonna post the boring things of this is what I did in a meeting. And like you said, there's a bit of the confidentiality as well in there that she probably can't share.
Yeah, and with that lose-lose scenario, right, where you can only, like, if you want engaging content, it has to be funny and uplifting and showing you balling out. You can't post like, oh, like, I deserve this because I've worked so hard and these are all the things that I do and I'm a top performer. It's definitely a problem with posting like day in the life videos if you plan on having a career in corporate America. She did a second video, maybe is an authentic version of her, but once again, just instructive of what not to do, because you're gonna get guys like a Matt Walsh or other conservatives, or I mean maybe people from both sides, right, aren't gonna necessarily view your TikTok video in like a good light.
A day in my life getting laid off at Google. So I woke up to this really ominous text from my boss, and I honestly had no idea what it was going to be about. So I called her the minute I woke up and saw this, and she told me to check the news and my email. I couldn't log into my email or even check my calendar. I called my boss back and we just sobbed over the phone because she was also finding out about my layoff for the first time today too. Honestly, I spent so much of the day crying that I just felt so tired from being sad.
Advice from a career perspective, not necessarily a good look, because now that this is broadcasted, like we're reacting to it, it doesn't take nothing much but a Google search in order for your name to pop up. This TikTok has like a crazy amount of views. I think it's over like 1 million.
It's got 4.8 million views. The day in life of a Google employee was 3 million.
Oh, so it's Jesus. Okay, cool. So that's like 7 million people watching your video. My takes on her vlogging or day in the life of getting laid off, very authentic, just not appropriate since now you're in the market to get a new job.
Luckily, I have an annual pass, so I headed over to Disneyland because I wanted to go eat my feelings. So I started off with a cinnamon galaxy churro and then went to the teriyaki turkey leg, Rice Krispie, a corn dog, another churro.
She just got laid off, lost her source of income, and her first reaction was to run down to, was it Disneyland, to blow her discretionary funds on carnival snacks? Doesn't seem like a great strategy. My ability to feel sympathy for your tears is severely limited when you take out your phone to capture your tears on video, because you're using it for content, you're using it for clout. In the working world, everyone is expendable. This is not my vision of how I want the world to be. I'm telling you how it is.
All right, I think we can end it there. So takeaways from this video, I think it's relatively simple, as a lot of you have been laid off. And as someone who's been in the tech industry for over 20 years, I thought we'd watch this and react to this video together as an instructive lesson on what not to do as you look for your next position and as you try to move your career forward. To Nicole, we wish you the best. My personal advice to you is moving forward, keep a lower profile, at least while you land your next position, so that if you're put up against somebody else, you have a good chance of getting the job and then also like staying employed. What do you guys think? Is it career suicide to post day in the life videos to your TikTok or your Instagram? Have you posted day in the life TikTok videos? Let me know what you think in the comments. And until then, we'll see you in the next video.